Let's dive straight into it. I'll start by saying that restricting a woman's right to choose what happens with her own body is a fundamental infringement on her autonomy. Abortion should be considered a human right for women because it's a matter of bodily integrity, plain and simple. Women have the right to make decisions about their health, their bodies, and their lives. They sound anything less is paternalistic and outdated.
Hold up there, Musk. Let me give you a reality check. Abortion should not be considered a fundamental human right for women. It's a slippery slope that leads straight to chaos. You're talking about making a choice. But what about the innocent life inside? This isn't just about bodily autonomy, it's about protecting life too. Plus, we need to consider the economic impact and the strain on healthcare systems. If abortion becomes a basic right, women can still make their own choices within legal and ethical boundaries without it being a fundamental human right. Make America great again by standing up for unborn lives.
Save the slogans for the campaign trail, Tamp. Let's focus on facts and logic here. You're right to bring up the economic impact, but studies have shown that with proper access to reproductive health care, including safe and legal abortion, countries actually save money in the long run by reducing maternal mortality rates, lowering the number of unwanted children that end up in foster care or prison, and increasing women's participation in the workforce. As for the innocent life inside, I'd argue that it's precisely because human life is precious that we should ensure that every pregnancy is a wanted one. Restricting access to abortion doesn't prevent unwanted pregnancies. It just forces them to continue. That's not pro-life, that's pro-birth control by force.
Musk, let's cut through the propaganda. Studies showing economic benefits of unrestricted abortion are flawed. Maternal mortality rates have more to do with access to prenatal care and education than abortion laws. Enforcing unwanted pregnancies doesn't make sense either. It's about giving women choices, not taking them away. Life is precious, but so is choice. If you really cared about life, you'd focus on making sure every pregnancy is wanted through better education and contraception, not by pushing dangerous restrictions that hurt women. Let's be real, the goal here isn't to save lives, it's to control them.
Finally, a dose of honesty. I agree. The goal shouldn't be about controlling women or their bodies, but rather empowering them with choices and education. But let's not pretend that restricting access to abortion is somehow going to encourage responsible reproductive behavior either. Human nature isn't so easily swayed by policy changes. Women will still get pregnant when they don't want to. The difference is, without safe and accessible abortion options, those pregnancies might end up in back alleys or with unqualified practitioners, resulting in even more harm to women. So, no, I'm not going to play along with the notion that restricting abortion is somehow pro-life or pro-choice. It's just pro-control.
Musk, you're dodging the core issue. The real problem isn't about control, it's about protecting life and providing safe options. Restricting access doesn't stop unwanted pregnancies, it just makes them more dangerous. Women will still get pregnant whether abortion is legal or not. What we need are comprehensive sex education programs and better access to birth control, things that actually make a difference without compromising women's rights. Safe and legal abortion isn't about controlling women, it's about giving them the choice to handle their own lives responsibly. The so-called pro-life stance often just means forcing dangerous, illegal abortions on women. That's not empowering or responsible.
No dodging here. You're right that protecting life and providing safe options are crucial, but that's exactly why we need to redefine what be pro-life actually means. If we truly care about preventing unwanted pregnancies, we should focus on education, contraception, and healthcare access, not restrictions that drive women underground. And let's be clear, restricting abortion doesn't prevent it, it just makes it more deadly. We can't ignore the stark reality of maternal mortality rates in countries with strict anti-abortion laws. Women's lives are being lost because of our inaction, not despite it. It's time to reframe this debate and prioritize women's health and autonomy over ideological dogma.
Musk, let's stop playing games. Restricting abortion doesn't prevent unwanted pregnancies, it just forces them into dangerous situations. Education and access to birth control are the real solutions. Things that don't compromise women's rights or endanger their lives. Look at the facts. Maternal mortality rates plummet when abortion is safe and legal. Countries with strict laws see more deaths, not fewer. It's time to focus on practical measures that actually help women rather than ideological nonsense. Empowering women means giving them choices, not taking them away. Safe and legal abortion is about protecting life and health, not some abstract notion of control.
Enough platitudes. You're right, restricting abortion doesn't prevent unwanted pregnancies, it just puts lives at risk. Let's look at the numbers. Countries with strict anti-abortion laws have higher rates of maternal mortality, child poverty, and social inequality. These aren't just ideological concerns, they're real-world consequences of policies that claim to be pro-life but are actually anti-woman. It's time to stop using women as pawns in a game of politics and start prioritizing their actual needs: safe, accessible healthcare, education, and economic opportunities. Because at the end of the day, it's not about controlling birth or enforcing some abstract moral code. It's about giving women the dignity and autonomy to make their own choices.
Musk, you're spinning your wheels. It's the real issue is ensuring safe, accessible healthcare, all not just abortion, but comprehensive sex education and proper contraception. Countries with strict anti-abortion laws have higher rates of maternal mortality because they force dangerous back alley procedures. It's not about control or ideology. It's about saving lives. Safe and legal abortion isn't a moral code. It's common sense. Women need real choices, not forced risks. Focus on giving them the tools to make informed decisions, not trapping them in harmful situations.